Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Under the Card with me, Jim and James. And we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 34 for the first episode.
I reckon we should give a tiny bit of backstory. We used to have a wrestling channel on YouTube for a long time, accumulated a fair following. It was back in the days of teenage years and TNA wrestling being good originally and then awful from 2007 onwards, well, the end of 2006 really. And what happened was we sort of progressively just fell out of interest and love with wrestling to the point where we just wouldn't watch the shows, we wouldn't watch any of the companies, and then every now and again we'd come together to watch one of the pay-per-views, often WrestleMania, and it just got to the point where we thought, you know what, if we're going to try and watch wrestling again, then not only should we try and come at it from a more mature perspective, as we're in our late 20s now, late-ish, let's just say that, not too old, and sort of talk about it and sort of bring our own personal insight and also opinions, but in a way that isn't just sort of trashing it for fanboy reasons, but sort of trying to analyse what's happening and sort of our backgrounds rather than sort of going into it now, which we sort of explain and explore, I guess, over the duration of maybe this podcast, maybe others. You sort of understand why we sort of have our set opinions and also our set way of thinking just based on the things we've sort of done and experienced and studied, I guess. But we're all about sort of narrative and story and build and character, and obviously the work itself in the ring as well. But that's what we plan to do.
But for the people who do know us well, we're not going to completely neglect what we are about. There is going to be some of it demands it on this show. But yeah, I mean, I would say, I'm going to give a quick overall before I go into everything. I would say overall I actually thought the event was quite decent. Overall. Yeah. There were problems here. I mean, I was satisfied with last year's WrestleMania as well, which you haven't seen.
Yeah, I actually, going back to what we were just saying, I didn't actually see WrestleMania 33. I didn't even bother watching it. And you watched it, and you said it was good, and I still didn't watch it. I just didn't bother.
It's probably better than this year. I would say last year's was really good. This year, I'd say it's just good enough to be... I mean, our past years of WrestleMania in recent years, we've hated watching it. Yeah. Didn't hate watching this at all.
Yeah, we're sort of watch WrestleMania, weren't we? And we sit there and insult it and hate on it and say it's absolutely shit.
But didn't feel the need to do it this time.
No, that's true.
But yeah, if we start off with a few brief thoughts on the pre-show. The 2-hour pre-show.
The 2-hour pre-show. Well, I know you didn't want to watch the pre-show, but I think I did the right thing.
Yeah,
because
it was fun.
You get to see the build-up, and it makes you feel more like old WrestleManias.
It was actually fun, and I think Renee is a very good host.
Yeah, she is good.
I like the panel. I like Booker T.
Do you? Booker T? Oh.
But he reminds me of...
it's Booker, like what do you think of the main event tonight? Oh.
Thanks,
Booker.
Yeah, Booker T is like if you got Nicolas Cage to be on the desk for a night.
Yeah, I'm a commentator. He's running through the streets.
But what I like about Booker is he brings the positivity to it. Yeah. He's always happy, and and
so he's trying to have a good time, isn't he?
Mm. Yeah.
But then everyone else, it's weird, like weird GQ magazine. Everyone looks like they're from the pages of GQ. And my girlfriend, I said to you the other day, we walked past the billboard just before Mania happened, just outside the O2. We were going to a convention, and she goes, "Oh, that's what you're going to be watching with your friend." And I was like, "Yeah, we're going to watch it."
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania, you just got to, and you feel a bit of shame in saying it, like, but I'm old enough to not really care.
And what did she say?
And then she goes, earnestly, without any prompting from me,
so genuine.
She said, "It looks like the Power Rangers." And I was like, "Yeah, that pretty much sums up perfectly," and that sums up why I'm unable to watch it.
The issues,
because no one looks like an athlete.
Well,
they look like models.
Some of them do.
They look like models from the pages of GQ.
Well, some of them look like athletes.
Yeah, like 3. Yeah. And then
more than that.
They dress up like dinosaurs, like Barney. Yes. Bright greens and fluorescent pinks. They're always dancing around and having a fun time. Where's the grit? Where's the pain? Where's the suffering for your goal? I've never seen an entertainment show where there wasn't pain and suffering to get to a goal, and where there wasn't grit. You watch it today and people go, "Yeah, but maybe Roman Reigns." Yeah, you kind of have one example of a bad dude trying to like somehow pretend to do an angle. Doesn't count. You've got 99% of the roster going around in fluorescent yellow. The WrestleMania logo, as you said, was like Dave Medner. And the poster, it's never built around a fight. It's never built around a storyline.
It's built around the match.
It's built around WrestleMania, the event.
And the match.
Yeah. And my girlfriend as well, it was a good insight. She said, "So what is WrestleMania then?" And when it's like the big event each year, so it's like the big culmination. And she went, well, who's on it? And I went, because I didn't even know, to be honest. No, I think The Undertaker and John Cena are having a fight. And she went, oh, is it like Legends then? And it was such an insight into what you'd think as a fan, because it is kind of Legends. And then I got talking to Jim about it, and I said to you, didn't I, how in 2003, right, if you went Triple H versus Greg Valentine, it wouldn't happen. And you laugh, but it's 14 years ago, right? So 2003, Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, Goldberg and John Cena were headlining. Literally, these were the headliners. And here we are in WrestleMania 33 and 34, and those are the headliners. And the matches that are meant to draw you back in are the ones with those legends. Yeah. So if in 2003 they hadn't got people over, right? And then they went, up next, Greg, the Hammer, Valentine. You go, fuck off, Greg.
Yeah.
Fucking Greg's.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it.
Go home, mate.
Yeah. They didn't bring in Piper at WrestleMania 19 as a main eventer.
Mm. Another thing you noticed is that the WWE, in the opening movie to this event with AJ Nakamura, WWE have changed. Well, to everyone who says WWE never changes their ways, they never listen to anyone, they never care about what the fans think. WWE have changed their ways drastically.
They couldn't have changed them. I've never, honest to God,
they've changed their ways to suit the loudest audience.
I have never on my life seen a company change so drastically
into now a strong-based, strong-style promotion.
The company couldn't be more different.
Where they, but the thing is, I think what people are realising, the people who asked for that change don't want it. They realise they don't want it, or it's not good enough for them to. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. You're right.
And then the people who want wrestling aren't being satisfied. I feel sorry for WWE because they've responded to the loudest negativity, which was, we want wrestling, we want wrestling, we want wrestling, we want ROH. And they've given it. Nakamura, AJ, main eventing, Daniel Bryan all over the place. All these wrestlers who are Ring of Honor star wrestlers who can't approach the level of Triple H or Brock Lesnar. That's why no one's there. Because they can't get there. Because it's impossible. You can't... AJ can do it because AJ's a special breed. But you can't... Daniel Bryan, he can't get to the level of he can't do it. He can't get to Triple H's level. I don't care if people say he's there. He can't do it because he's not the right kind of wrestler for it.
No. He's also really old.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, I said to you, didn't I, that I know like everyone tries to defend Cena, but it's indefensible because even in tonight, he gets booted to the face and he made it look like a Kree Meg attack. Like he put his hands up and there was more distance between that and the UK and Syria, just like the massive gulf. His hands were up and there was a massive gap. Like, it's so fake. The fakest thing on the show was done by John Cena. What a surprise, as always. But that plays into what I was talking about to you, how I said that Cena was champion for so long and people hated him so much and what he did and what he represented and how he wrestled, and it was so fake and so hokey and so childish, and it went on for so long that the audience fought against it. Things do swing, and it swung too far the other way. So WWE went too far this way with Cena and Kiddie and bullshit and fake wrestling. So they went all the other way now, and now it's just strong style and pain, and it doesn't work either. You need to get that middle ground, and until they do, it's not going to be great. But I mean, back to the show, it was actually okay.
So it started off with the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Not much thoughts on that. And obviously the Andre the Giant Battle Royal was a laugh because you saw all sorts. You saw Rhino, you saw Kane. It was like a blast from the past. You saw Dolph Ziggler, bless him.
I think Dolph passed away tonight.
And then the Cruiserweight title match wasn't very good at all.
No, but I love that
Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali.
I love that the Cruiserweight title was still used in the same way, how it doesn't even get on the main show. But that match was a piece of shit, so I wouldn't put it on there either.
It was, wasn't it?
So if it's fair play, Vince, because
they done really bad.
It was an absolute stinker.
It was.
He did 3 moves and it didn't end the match. And he did 3 finishes. It was like a reverse Hurricane Rana followed by a tornado D, and none of them. Also, it was one of my.
And you said, how many finishes are we going to see on this show? And you're already doing them in the opening.
They're doing massive kickouts in the opening of this fucking thing, and he did 3 finish moves and he kicked out. But one of my favourite traits in current wrestling, which I despise, is a move being done and then the reaction is stagger up for another one. I think it's fine. You can do one. It's all right. I don't need another.
We've got a revelation about who done the best tonight, and it's going to shock a lot of people. But yeah, so just before the event went on the show, it showed John Cena in the crowd looking like Mike from Stranger Things. Yeah. Just bewildered.
Yeah, that's Steve.
John Cena, every time it would cut back to John Cena throughout the show, he would look like he's been sucked off. Or something.
No, he looked like he'd been sucked off by his dad.
Like
a ghostly sphere on his face. Like he looked like he knew the shit.
But the thing is, if you cut to any main eventer sitting there, he wouldn't be doing what John's doing.
No.
Would he?
No.
Just no human being would. But we started off with The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. And The Miz came out dressed as a ghost.
The Miz came out dressed as Red Shredder.
He did. He looked silly. And it was actually a decent match, wasn't it?
I didn't really like it, I'll be honest. It was okay. There's nothing awful with it. And maybe it's just a matter of taste, right? Because if I was watching this match and nothing really happened, but they were doing more wrestling, and I don't mean like moves, right? Like they would do loads of wrestling moves. They do loads of wrestling moves, right? But what I mean is more grappling, more punching, just standard what people would say was atypical WWF style. I would prefer it because what they do is now they will do a move, then there'll be instantly another move. When I say move, I mean a big move, like an impact slam, and it's not a proper match. That's not a proper match to me. That's doing a series of moves followed by a death. So it's just bad.
So yeah, there were some highlights. Seth Rollins done double blockbuster rather. Seth did a jump through the ropes on both men on both sides. Seth with a really good super kick, Miz with a really good DDT. So there were some good moves in the match. It was sort of an all-action match, but there wasn't a lot of psychology. And I'm really disappointed for Seth Rollins because last year he beat Triple H. We had to check if he beat Triple H.
We did. We wikied it.
And he beat Triple H last year, and now he's IC level. What does that do? Yeah, I said to you, does that prove Seth Rollins sucks? And you went, no, it just proves the incompetency.
Yeah, they have no plan.
They got no plan for the guy, and he won the IC title. And I thought the intention was him to be the next Triple H. That's what I thought. I mean, it seemed that way. Yeah. So the next match was Charlotte versus Asura. One of the best matches on the night, by far. Lots of psychology. I said this to you, I don't know who's training these women, but they are fucking doing their jobs right. They're teaching them selling, they're teaching them psychology, they're teaching them charisma.
I wonder if they even have a different class, or whether or not it's just the same class in NXT as the men. I wonder if they still separate them.
But yeah, what were your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I really thought it was good.
Charlotte is really, every match impressing me more.
The work was crisp, they wrestled really well.
There was psychology, and we just seen no psychology.
Didn't rely on a series of kickouts.
Yeah.
So I actually really enjoyed this match, and I feel like I could watch more Charlotte Flair matches and get behind her angles because she's a credible and believable wrestler, as is the Japanese wrestler. So I didn't despise it. Yeah. And by the way,
you like Ashura, don't you?
Yeah. And just to give them a clearer picture, I'm coming at this from not watching wrestling for 2.5 years.
This is what I'm saying. My shock at how good the women were. And I've heard rumours recently, which I said to you, that they're considering having a woman main event WrestleMania. Yeah. Women. Fucking do it. After tonight, they the women nailed it.
This main event was fucking not too much cop, was it? So.
Well, we'll get to that, yeah. But, so the highlight of the match for me was when she done the moonsault off the top and the Ashura reversed it into the triangle lock. Yeah. Why do you like Ashura?
I just thought she worked well. As a character, she looks good, and I thought that there was an upside. Like, you could see her being useful in angles and being good in matches. Same with Charlotte. But there's certain matches I look at and I feel like they're almost spent. Like, they've been fucked about so much you can't book them. Like The Miz and get like Randy Orton. But at least there's still an upside. But I don't like how Charlotte's talking about cementing her legacy. Not because you don't deserve it, but because it's weird wording for someone who wants to have a much longer career. If you're talking about cementing your legacy, then you're going to give people the impression that you are an old wrestler who's done everything. But it's not the way you should be presenting yourself. It's like Triple H in 03. He was being talked about like an old man when he was 33.
Yeah, but the thing that I think Ric Flair's whispering in her ear You're the best. Yeah. Woo! You're the best.
Charlotte Flair, you to be the woman, you gotta be the woman.
At any cost.
To myself, person.
So yeah, that was, I'm not even joking, absolutely brilliant. And those are my words. That was a WrestleMania, I said this to you, that was a WrestleMania main event, I would be satisfied.
Yeah, me too.
I never thought, and it's the real shock to me, because usually the women's matches are sort of skip. We don't skip them, but we don't watch it properly.
Well, it's weird.
Not because they're women, because they usually suck. But whoever is doing this, I don't know what they've done, but they've done a fucking
whoever's the
incredible job
on the matches is putting them together really well.
Yeah.
But then the work on the other matches as
well. And he's leaving
really
Seth and Miz to their own devices.
Yeah.
So we also had the four-way for the US title. Randy Orton, Rusev, Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. And Jinder Mahal. Right, Mahal was a former WWE champion a few months ago and he's just winning the US title.
Well, we were watching it, you said to me Mahal was a former WWE champion. I was like, really? The fuck is that? Shit.
Yeah,
I just didn't know. I didn't know that.
But like, it's the same as Seth Rollins winning the IC title. There's no structure.
No.
That's not a level playing field. That's...
Yeah. And it's not like... So my argument isn't like, oh, well, why would you do that to someone? Push them and then not push them. Isn't that mean to them? No, it's not that. It's that if we're watching a show and someone's been pushed up to main event and is now suddenly back down to the mid-card, if you keep doing that, you create this weird vortex where nothing eventually means anything. So although Seth Rollins could have won tonight, which he didn't, but would it really matter? Because, next year he might just be US champ. Sorry, Roman Reigns. Next year he might just be US champ. Does Miz winning really matter? Because he might just be in the opening. At what point does stuff begin to mean nothing? Well, I would say they breached that point a long time ago.
The Miz
which is why I don't watch it.
The Miz is a former WWE champion.
Yeah, he former headliner of WrestleMania and one of the worst main events of all time. That was one of the defining moments where I went, this is done now. This company's done.
John Cena and The Miz.
Yeah, rotten.
So Robbie Roode, we're both fans of.
Yep.
And give it your reaction to him getting into the WWE.
Well, congratulations. Well done.
What do you mean?
Good on you. Well, he had to toil around from 2002 until 2015 in a shithole, right? And I used to love TNA in ways I can't even explain. You vouch for me. My levels of dedication and brand commitment were ridiculous up until like the age of 17. And I'm 28 in May, so I was a dedicated fan because it was giving me something I was missing out on as a mature teen wanting a type of storytelling and drama which the WWE just wasn't giving me. And then shitbag came in and ruined it. But that's not the point. Then Robbie Roode had to stay there and he was dedicated and he earned nothing. And he thought, well, I'll never get a chance in WWE really, so I'll just stay here. And then he took his fucking chance when he had to, because TNA were like, we can't pay you. And then look what happened. Vince went, well, there's potential there, even though he's 40. So after all those years, and this is a blanket statement now for everyone who went from TNA to WWE, after all those years, right, when they were used like pelicans, and they weren't booked properly, and they were run over like a zebra crossing by a 4x4, being another shitty wrestler like fucking Mr. Anderson coming in and tarmacking them, right, at the booker's discretion, because they can't be stars because who knows them. Well, it's your job to get them over. And look at the upsides.
Vince casually done it.
Yeah, Vince casually did it. Well, he's got a bigger platform. Your platform to your audience is as big as any platform to any audience. It's your audience watching. If you had that philosophy, then Hulk Hogan would have never been made, because he would have gone, well, he's not over here yet. Well, you have to make them over. So I don't want to hear any of that shit. So well done to everyone who went from, even Little Spud, who went from TNA to WWE, right? From no money to successful. I commend you all. I'm right behind you. Congratulations. Honest to God, I really feel good for you.
Vince.
And well done, Vince, for getting them over. But it goes to show how, there can be no argument now. History is on the side of everyone other than the people involved in the decision making in TNA, namely the Booker, Vince Russo. So I don't want to hear any shit.
Well, ex-Booker.
Well, yeah, but he came back with, you know your shit, right? If you come back and they have to keep it a secret, like Stalin.
Yeah.
Weird.
For Stalin trying to run a country.
Yeah, like bring him in. No, don't. I'll just keep it a secret, but let him run it. Do you know what I mean? You must. If I was Russo, I'd go, why you keep it a secret?
And
because no one wants you to do it.
You really take your hat off to AJ, don't you? Yeah, the weird thing of AJ, think of AJ's journey. He went from fucked in the arse, right, to the best wrestler on the planet, and I would argue the biggest wrestler on the planet.
Yeah.
He's WWE's main star, and I don't care. Roman Reigns is not WWE's main star. It's AJ Styles. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, AJ Styles is the main event star of WWE.
Of this era.
Brock Lesnar is the biggest star, but he's not full time, so it doesn't count. AJ Styles is the one they
because John's not really there anymore.
Yeah, he's the one they put their faith in.
And what does that show you?
Well, it shows me that he could always have been used in that way.
Yeah.
We would watch him 10 years ago and say they need to make him their main event. They need to make him their dedicated main A-star player, and they never would because they had a lingering doubt that they couldn't really do it.
Yeah, and then Vince casually.
How can we grow if we have a star no one knows? That's ridiculous. In that philosophy, the UFC would never put on a fighter who's never been. You build a star. Conor McGregor didn't get born Conor McGregor.
I mean, to be fair to us, to be fair to them, rather, we say they're only about legends, but they did push AJ.
That's true.
That's true. And they are pushing all the ROH guys, but they can only bring back the big guys for the draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, this was very good. Randy Orton's back at Randy Orton's at US level. That is strange.
Well, he's like a ghost in Hogwarts. He's never going and he's never changing. You just got to get used to it. He's always going to be there. He's never going to look different.
So you might as well make
and his character will always be the same. So you might as well just openly accept him as a part of the furniture. So Randy Orton was there. He's a Hogwarts ghost. Randy the Hogwarts ghost Orton.
I mean, it's not a horrible match. I really like Bobby Roode. Yeah. Bobby Roode, whatever he's called.
He's basically doing Paul Orndorff's gimmick.
Yeah, and great attire. So I'm really happy to see him. Jinder Mahal sucks in all ways. Yeah. Anyone who supported him.
Who won this match?
It was Jinder Mahal.
Oh, okay.
In the US title after being WWE champion. Oh yeah, Rusev was in it. Short hair. It was just not very long, and Randy Orton done 5 RKOs, like something out of RKO Boy.
Like something out of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, just it weren't very good, but you know what you expecting. I just can't believe Orton, to be honest. But let's carry on. It was then one of my favourite matches of the night, which was Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie and Triple H.
This is my favourite match.
Yeah, well, my favourite Charlotte. I mean, this is a break. Thing is, you may sound like we're being a bit negative, but this is a breakthrough for us because on the past moments we've done videos in recent years, there's no favourite match.
No.
Whereas I'm debating my favourite matches now, so that shows something. Yeah, so Charlotte versus Ashura was my favourite match, but this was really good.
Yeah,
this was what WWE does best.
Yeah. Like high stakes, high emotion, drama
storyline match.
Drama driven wrestling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear that's not wrestling. That's what wrestling is.
No, it's what Vince does best.
That's why Dusty Rhodes is one of the greatest of all time. Drama driven wrestling. The Rock versus Triple H. That's what wrestling is.
Backlash 2000, yeah.
Wrestling is.
It's a storyline match, but it's.
Yeah.
There's wrestling in it.
Yeah, wrestling is Lord of the Rings. And don't confuse me with Vince Russo, whereas there is no such thing as wrestling. Wrestling's the main thing, but that has to be built around a drama narrative. And that can be as simple as, I want the belt, give it to me. But if those two guys are believable in their passion, then you've got a hot match which can be driven by drama. And
this lead-up was believable, because it was basically Triple H and Steph being arseholes to someone who's just been a bit embarrassed in the UFC, wants to do well in her life, come to me, make a star.
Yeah.
They don't let her. Angle comes to her rescue to kind of back her up.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But Triple H is like Uncle Fester in the lead up.
Yeah. I can't believe, I will say this.
I throw that in. Triple H is like Uncle Fester.
I will say this, I can't believe how impressive, and I know she was protected by Kurt and by Triple H and even by Stephanie to a degree, but I can't believe how impressive Ronda Rousey's timing was and her effectiveness at portraying her character.
Yeah, I don't follow UFC, so I haven't seen any of her fights, but she looked like a complete star in the ring. Yeah. And it was like an aura.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of converted. Have you seen any of her fights?
Yeah, loads.
She's a star, isn't she?
Well, she was their second biggest star ever.
That is an example when you can't put your finger on what a star is, because I don't know what it is about her, but she's a star.
It's just that badass attitude where you believe that they're going to do well. You believe that they have a problem with someone and they want to sort it out, and they're going to do that in the ring. And when they built it up perfectly, when her and Triple H finally fought, and she beat the shit out of him in the corner, and it was just really good high drama. It was great.
Well, this would probably be better than just Angle. I was asking for it to be just Angle Triple H, but this would probably be better.
Yeah, I agree. It was better than would have
And
been.
obviously, Stephanie's exchanges with Ronda Rousey kind of reminds you of Hulk Hogan and Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Because there's no chance Steph would be able to execute anything, but somehow it worked.
Yeah, it was funny though seeing Steph block the armbar.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was the one negative.
Like Hulk Hogan getting his arm twisted by Jay Leno.
Oh, there's Steph blocking the armbar. Come on.
Yeah. So, but Stephanie and Rousey had some... It looked realistic.
Yeah, it's great.
And it didn't look stupid.
But I will say this though, Stephanie McMahon's character is the most honourable woman in the world. Whenever Hunter needed help, she was there putting herself on the line.
And last year she got knocked through a table.
Honourable heel. Like what a great wife she is to Triple H. Like, always trying.
So Angle put Steph in the ankle lock in a good moment. And Rousey broke up the pedigree. Rousey put Triple H in the arm lock, didn't she?
Yeah.
And then obviously it eventually ended with Steph tapping out. But it was a brilliant match.
It was great, I loved it.
It was exciting, and it was a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
And I weren't expecting it to be good. So take notes, John Cena and bloody the Bellator. Remember they had that mixed tag last year, which you didn't see. John Cena and Nikki versus someone. Just no emotion. There's nothing to it.
No emotion. Nothing.
Yeah, just bizarre. But yeah, if we go into the tag title matches, which were nothing on this show.
Yeah, I don't need to talk about them.
We don't.
No.
But I'll just say what they were. The Usos defended the SmackDown Tag Team title against the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers, who I like, because at least they're not the Wyatt family anymore. But anyways, yeah. Do you think the Usos look like NSYNC in the 90s?
I think the Usos look like a weird... Like, if you were watching a 1970s sci-fi movie and they were trying to represent the future, but they had a low budget...
That's great.
You'd put some black guys in some shiny white pants. Like, that's the future.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and they'd be like, yeah, subconscious. Like,
they've rebuilt the women's division. They've made you care about lots of different stuff in the company, but they still can't do it with the tag team titles. It's just never happening.
No.
It's never happening. I don't get why. It's just all the teams
can't happen.
Are rubbish.
Yeah, awful. They all look like Power Rangers.
They do, yeah. But
it's odd.
The Bludgeon... I mean,
if I took over booking, right, as a laugh to see if I could get away with it, I'd make the Usos bow down to Zod. Is it Zod in Power Rangers, the face?
Zod?
Is it Zod? What's his name?
No, it's Lord Zerg. Or Lord Zed or whatever.
Yeah, I'd make him... And then he'd come in, they'd go, Usos, go and win the tag match. And they go, yes, sir. And then go off and try and win it. Then they come back again and you go, oh, you failed. You don't have the power.
That's Zordon. That's what you're about,
yeah.
the main...
Yeah, Zordon. I'd make them bow down to Zordon.
Yeah.
Just see if I can get away with it.
The Bludgeon Brothers won the tag team titles, Harper and Rowan. John Cena came out of his mesmerised state for his match, and this is where the ranting began. Well, I'm going to rant about this.
I'm not even talking.
But I'm going to mention the Hall of Fame quickly, which you've got to throw something on, which is Jeff Jarrett getting in. Right, I like Mark Henry. I wouldn't have put him in, but I saw Mark Henry and I thought, he's a good man. He's getting in. I like the Dudley Boys. They got in. Jeff Jarrett has the most punchable face since Harry Styles. I don't...
No, it's more.
At least Harry Styles is trying.
Jeff Jarrett is the biggest wanker.
I don't know what to say about him getting... And I said to you during the video, and it's terrible to have resentment for other human beings, but I said, I hate how Jeff Jarrett's life's going well. And I mean that.
Yeah.
He deserves to be on the streets.
No, I agree.
Because he's one of the worst businessmen to ever put together an idea.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But why is he getting in anyway?
Well, apparently the rumour is...
I hate him.
That he went into rehab and WWE paid for it. And then they were like...
No.
Yeah, he went into rehab.
Wow.
That's a fact. And then the rumour is like, they were like, so you're doing the Hall of Fame then?
Oh, really?
And he went, yeah, right.
So he didn't actually get in because he's good?
No. He got in because it was like a way they could use him.
I don't like hearing that he went to rehab, but I hate Jeff Jarrett. I can't help it. He sucks in the ring. He sucks forever. Yeah. He sucked in TNA.
Yeah, he sucked in TNA.
And he booked himself beating up Kurt Angle's wife and beat up Angle on TV and just...
Yeah, absolutely.
Terrible booking himself titles. He looks bad. He's a bad WCW champion. He's arrogant. He looks arrogant. He acts like he never failed in TNA. There's so much wrong with Jeff Jarrett. I hate how he's in it.
Yeah, I hate him.
I really hate Jeff Jarrett. Anyways, John Cena took his hand off his cock and entered the ring. So so the John Cena attacked this guy called Ellis
Ellis.
Yeah, he's that wrestler who came out playing the guitar and got beaten.
Oh yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, and obviously they thought it was a big spectacle, and the lightning bolts came, the hat and the coat. I don't know why Undertaker's gimmicks become hat and the coat, Mary Poppins, right? So Undertaker came out.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
And I was like, right.
I knew what happened. This is the one result I knew. I got it spoiled for me on the headline. And I knew what happened. Believe it, and all week I was going, oh, you fucking wait, son. You fucking wait. And he'd go, what happened? But don't tell me, but what happened? And I'll go, oh, you fucking wait, boy.
But I didn't know what he was getting at. Basically, everyone's, well, apparently, I haven't remotely wanted to see this match. Apparently, people have wanted to see this match for 5 years or whatever it is. Not at all for me. Never wanted to see it once.
But in their world, you can see why it's a big match.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't need... Right, okay. So they entered the ring, and what happened was, this had to be what happened. Undertaker sat there and went, right, I don't want to wrestle anymore. Yeah, I'm going to give them that dream match they want and make it 2 minutes. And you love the guy. And all the fans love The Undertaker, and he came in and half-assed it in the worst match of the year in any federation. And John Cena did nothing.
Nothing.
And it was like, we'll give them what they wanted, but we won't try. So thanks for picking up the check, guys.
Yeah.
You money. And last year, Undertaker had a fucking... You haven't seen the match. And everyone says it sucks on the internet. I think it's fucking awesome, the match between him and Roman Reigns. Great story, JR on commentary.
I'll watch it then.
Great story, JR on commentary. Undertaker's career ends to a young guy. What's the natural course you'd expect? You'd expect Roman Reigns, I guess, to be where he is, but you wouldn't expect The Undertaker to just casually come back. That's why no one buys your shit, Vince, because you go back on it. Seth Rollins winning IC. Jinder Mahal winning US. Roman Reigns still in the position, but the man he beat being back better than ever.
Yeah.
To a shit 2-minute match. That's really bad, isn't it? That's really bad. And he wonders why.
What stuck out to me was the bad work in the 2 minutes. They really fucked up. And you're right, it doesn't make sense.
The boot to the face was like watching
Clay,
and then
what was the purpose?
Yeah, I said as well. I said, you're in trouble when you get a finisher within a few minutes.
Yeah, that's literally. Yeah.
You know you're in trouble because it means
that either the match is short or they're just relying on kick-outs.
And my favourite thing was Michael Cole after the match said, "Let's take a moment to let it sink in what we just witnessed."
Yeah, well, we witnessed nothing.
Yeah, but I reckon Cole was sort of subliminal.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man! And another thing that stood out to me.
But what was the purpose?
Another thing that stood out to me in the match was Michael Cole said, "Are we going to see the old school? Are we really going to see it at WrestleMania?" Well, we've seen it every other year, Cole. So I very much doubt we won't see it, you old fool. Anyways,
fucking fool.
That was almost ruined the event.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't understand John Cena. I don't get how anyone can respect him because he agreed to that.
Yeah.
He knows he can't work, and they both know they can't work, so obviously they knew, but don't do it then. You know what I mean? Oh, we'll give it to him anyway. What? But no one's going to be happy with it.
I know. But what are they gaining? So everyone's disappointed.
Yeah.
The match was bad. Taker won and went off again.
Yeah.
What do we get from this?
So then we have Alexa Bliss, accompanied by Mickie James, defending the Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax in another excellent match. And I used the word excellent. The women's matches were the best things on this show. You tell why this match was really good, wasn't it? This match. Great story.
It was different to all the other matches, but B, I just loved... It's a very easy trope to use, big person versus a small wrestler.
But it was shifted, wasn't it? She was the heel, the little woman.
It was just good. They worked it well. They used it's like, okay, the best example is when if you have a ladder match to me is only great when they use the gimmick of the match, i.e. the ladder, yeah? So you got this. So some of my favourite ladder matches of all time is probably Jericho, Shawn Michaels, 2008, Genius. And I mean, that's probably my favourite one. But then Jericho, Benoit, Rumble 2001, where the ladder becomes the vocal point in the match. Mm. So you've got this really big wrestler and a really small wrestler, and if you don't work around that, then it's like, to me, that means you just don't know how to work, because that's part of your story inherently, because these are the people you are.
But somehow...
And they used it and they made it really good.
Somehow they made the big girl...
the underdog.
The underdog, but she was still the big...
I think it's because they played to the character.
Yeah.
So the character was sort of weak and inferior, and because that's her character, and she stayed true to the character in the ring, and this is what we were talking about, was like that drama-driven wrestling, it made the match really good. It
showed me you could flip the heel and face David and Goliath and work, and that was really impressive. So Nia Jax done an amazing gorilla press slam, just great strength. She's a star.
Yeah,
she looks great, just unique. And another thing I noticed about the women, they all look unique now.
Yeah,
they all look memorable. And I tell you what, Alexa Bliss is a star. She knows what she's doing. She's putting the facial expression she needs. She's picking her spots. I mean, she done that twisted bliss to the outside, which was excellent. Remember the
yeah, it's great.
And there was loads of psychology. I was just absolutely I love this match again. This is for me the third best match on the show. So I turned around to you and I said, this is where the women's division is going. I will be looking forward to the women's matches on the show. I mean, who would have thought that?
Not me.
Seriously. So next we had AJ Styles against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, on paper, this isn't the sort of match we like, but it can be done well.
Yeah.
And the way it can be done well is if it's separate to everything else. But the reason why it annoys me a little bit is because everyone else is using their ring style.
Yeah, exactly.
But it still went well.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I didn't think it was great. I really didn't.
I thought it was good.
But if you have a wrestler, right, whose gimmick it is to be like almost quasi martial arts and strong style and kicks, and they don't really talk much, then that's fine. But it seems like there's so many people on the roster who have a similar gimmick and similar moveset, to the point where suddenly you've got 15 dudes who do kicks and stomps and strikes, and they're all trying to fill in the same void. And then you just got 15 identical people, and it's just too much.
What are your thoughts on Nakamura? I think he's a star in his way.
I haven't seen enough, I'll be honest. I mean, tonight I thought it was alright.
He's got good
I didn't think it was
spectacle.
anything special, I really didn't, from what I saw today.
But he's got an aura, hasn't he? He's got something.
Yeah, he's got something. He's got a place on the card for sure.
Yeah. And we even said we don't have a problem with him main eventing.
No.
If it's, as I say, if it's done well. So they need to isolate this, because it doesn't... the fact that they've said it's a dream match shows they're pandering to the audience. Exactly. That, you know, I kind of blamed... I always go back to Daniel Bryan because he kind of brought all this in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it doesn't really stand out when Daniel Bryan's doing kicks elsewhere and Seth Rollins is doing kicks elsewhere and this and that.
Yeah, they really are as well. Constant.
Yeah. But yeah, as I say, there was a good atmosphere to this match. There was psychology. And I had faith in AJ, because AJ is probably the best wrestler on the planet. And I had faith in him not to go in there and just kick around. I mean, he's probably the best performer on the planet, isn't he?
Yeah.
At his age as well. We were saying we hope that we'll see AJ Shawn Michaels next year. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you hope that?
I think it would be a great match. I don't know if Michaels will do it, though.
I want to see AJ Shawn Michaels, or I want to see AJ Undertaker. Which I think Undertaker's more likely.
That'd be a right match, actually.
Because Undertaker's not going. He's going to stay there like the killer. Freddie.
Yeah,
Jason.
Freddie. Yeah.
Just coming back in his hat.
And Vince is Mrs. Voorhees.
And now I'm wrestling with power.
I will, Mark. That's what Vince does.
Now I'm winning with power. Yeah, so, and there was lots of good moves. I mean, there was the forearm to face, obviously, by AJ. There was a great gut buster by AJ. There was Nakamura with several kicks to the gut. He caught AJ in middle air and done the landslide, which is his special move, finisher, didn't they call it? And their pace was built up well. The pace was built up well.
Yeah.
And yeah. There was lots of reversing of submission manoeuvres, and The kicks to the knee by AJ was really good, which cut him off. He worked on the leg in the match. AJ applied his submission lock in the match. What's it called, AJ's submission?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, there's something in it called the death lock or something. And AJ actually had him in his submission lock and lifted him up into like a DVD type move. That was really good. And this was a heated match, and it could have been a bit longer and a bit better. But I was kind of happy that they didn't do a crazy match.
No, I agree.
Yeah, because they didn't need to. AJ won with the Styles Crash after a good reversal, and it was a good match. And I've just realised that we've skipped a match.
What one?
Which is Daniel Bryan teaming with Shane McMahon to face Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a shite match because Shane McMahon can't elicit sympathy anymore. So fuck off, Shane, you old git.
Really bad.
He can't elicit sympathy. He's a ball. He's a basketball. Boom, boom, boom. He just gets bounced around at the age of 50. Give me your assessment on AJ. Well, not AJ, Shane. Doing all this shit Shane, now.
But it's like, I've seen it so many times.
No, give me your assessment.
Oh, yeah, well, it shows clips of him coming off Hell in a Cell again. And if I was Vince or Stephanie or his wife, honest to God, even as a fan, I mean this.
Step in.
I'd say, Shane, don't do it, mate. A, you've already done it, and it meant nothing. So don't do it again. But B, you might die. What if you break your neck? What if you get paralysed? What if you break some discs in your spine? What if you fuck your hip up?
You got kids.
You got kids, Dan. I've got your kids, Dan.
Yeah.
Like, he's got kids. Someone step in and say, it's not necessary, Shane, because we're not even going to put it over.
And it's hard to have sympathy for Shane when he's getting bounced around like a pinball, when he's already jumped off Hell in a Cell. You can't do anything more than that.
No, you can't. He's done it twice.
Why would I care if he's getting kicked around by Kevin Owens if he's jumped off Hell in a Cell? And I'm not a fan of Kevin Owens, and I don't think I ever can be.
No, I agree. Looks like shit, wrestles bad. Awful hair. Just
awful hair, why is that, man?
It does. It looks awful.
So yeah, the main driving force of this match was Shane getting sympathy, and Shane can't do it because he can't work. He can't anymore. He can't work. He can't go back and forth. He can't. He just looks like he's old. Shane.
Yeah, he looks old, grey.
And we love Shane.
Yeah, I think he's fine on the card. He can be, but don't do the same shit.
And when he hit the what's it called? Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
What did you say? No, I said it actually. He done this 17 years ago for the first time, and he's still doing it at age 50. Imagine if I told him then at WrestleMania for 17, and went, "You'll be doing that at WrestleMania 34, mate." You go, "Fuck off, am I?"
Yeah.
Of course I'm not. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So
literally, double.
Yeah.
All these WrestleManias again later. You'll be doing this again, mate. And Taker will be headlining, and so will Triple H.
He'd say, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Dear me.
And The Rock will be the biggest star.
So Daniel Bryan obviously got tagged back in. And I try and be a fan of the guy.
No,
I really do, because I don't believe, it's just me, I don't believe that you can get over that level with only the smart fans liking you.
No, I agree.
So something about the guy resonated. So I've got to respect that. I just think that he overdoes his ring work. He does so many kicks to the face. And what did I say to you? I said the reason he had to retire was a concussion. What did you say?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. What does that tell you? It tells me that he's not a very good wrestler. Because no wrestler would want to be hit for real that amount. I mean, I understand a few times.
Yeah, he's gone through so much shit though.
Yeah.
And then he still works the same style.
Yeah, but that's not what wrestling. Wrestling is doing it as fake as possible, making it look as real as possible.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the fact that we have got to the point where they're mentioning strong style on TV.
Yeah, Renee Young went master of the strong style. What, do you have stuff shit and fake, man?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
So I can't get behind that. I'm not saying that Daniel Bryan completely sucks, but I just can't deal with him. I can't deal with him.
Renee Young say that, I was just like, I mean, come on, buddy. I just couldn't.
He just looks like a goat. Billy Goat.
Yeah.
Billy Goat Gruff.
So he's back doing his kicks.
Oh.
Can't wait for the elbows.
Yeah.
Sod.
Yeah, that's the problem with Daniel Bryan. He repeats his moves. He never lets one sink in.
Yeah.
So next we had Cesaro and Sheamus defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Braun Strowman and a partner of his choosing. So he went out. Run it by me again. He went out.
He went out into the crowd, and you said he did.
He did. I'll tell you, if you don't know who he is, because you probably forgot, the ill-fated
Heidenreich and friends
2005 wrestler John Heidenreich, who once drove a hearse into another hearse. No, it's an ambulance or something. He drove a vehicle into a hearse with the Undertaker in. There was a big explosion, and what happened was Paul Heyman crept out from behind the hearse and went, "You did it! Oh my God, you did it! You did it! Oh my God, you did it!" And then Heidenreich was going, "Hey, sure, fucking Undertaker." Right, and then they realised they fucked that one up. So what they did was they made him a babyface loser, aging bag-faced babyface loser, and he was going around picking kids out of the crowd, going, "Where's my friend?"
And you forgot the Road Warriors thing.
Friend. Yeah.
But we won't talk about that.
And so what have they done with Braun Strowman?
So he went into the crowd, picked up a little boy / girl, I'm not sure.
No, it was a boy called Nicholas.
A boy called Nick Cage, and he brought Nick Cage's son. He brought him into the ring as his tag friend, and then they became tag team champions of the world.
Is it his son?
No, it's just some random.
But how is he going to compete on Raw?
Yeah, he will.
Oh, what? They're flying him out.
He's tag champ. He's a tag champ.
I'm speechless of the treatment of Braun Strowman.
Mental.
I'm actually I was sort of speechless for the John Cena and Undertaker and what's his name, Bray Wyatt's use earlier in the show.
Yeah.
I'm speechless for this.
I didn't know what happened to Braun, and earlier on in the show I went, "What happened to Braun Strowman?" Because he was really big. Even though he couldn't work that great, I thought he had a real big upside, and then this happened. Tag champs with an 11-year-old chump saying, "Where's my friend? You little fucker."
Who wrote that? Who in the world wrote that? I don't get that. That's blown me away. But yeah, next we got to the main event, which I thought was pretty decent, which was ruined by a lot of things. But it was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and there was some heat to the match. It felt like a main event.
It felt like it really could have been really good.
It felt like a main event. I think Roman Reigns has mastered creating an atmosphere in his matches. They don't feel like nothing. When he gives Roman Reigns the right opponent, his match will feel heated and it will feel like a main event. There was some good exchanges. I mean, Roman Reigns done that spear onto the outs table, which looked awesome. Brock Lesnar, obviously, you know the usual. He done a number of belly to belly overheads on the outside, which was good. He done obviously the German, which he always does, which you're like, "Come on, mate." And he done that. Roman Reigns bladed, which was awesome.
It made the match seem really significant. It made the drama raise, and it wasn't on the rest of the show, it really stood out.
Yeah. But the problem with this match was Brock Lesnar hit 5 F5s.
What a twat.
That Roman Reigns kicked out. No need.
Do another move. Wear him down. Stomp him. Kick him. Punch him.
And what annoys me is
I'm
a big fan of Brock Lesnar, but he is lazy.
Yeah, he is.
And he shouldn't be, because you are moneybags.
It's almost like the agents don't want to tell him that he's wrong. So it'd be like, "I want to do 5 F5s, Nicky, make him look strong." I imagine he's not vindictive. I reckon he go, "I'll make him look strong, but then I win eventually." But he's going, "Well, I think it just makes your finish look weak. It makes it look stupid. Like, why is that your finish if you can't beat him after 5 goes? What kind of chump are you?"
It kind of ruins.
We forget that. We'll just have a proper match, and you can beat him with maybe 2 F5s without pinning in between, just so you know he's down.
And they could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a fairly heated match. Other than that, I don't get why they had to do that. Why Brock Lesnar couldn't get another move out? He seems to have 2 moves. But
that's about German F5.
German F5 and overhead.
Yeah, but it could have been a great match. I didn't like it because of the reliance on bad tropes, which have been seen time and time again. But it could have been really good. I was up for that being great, and I felt both dudes look really good in the main event. I will say it. I believe both are main eventers. I think they both should be there.
What are your thoughts on Roman Reigns?
I haven't actually seen enough of him recently to have an opinion. He looked like he belonged, but I haven't seen him talk, and his work was pretty good actually tonight. But I'd have to see more.
I don't understand why he's so hated. That's what I'll say.
It's because he was viewed as the next chosen one.
I know, yeah. So. I know. But yeah, that was the event, and you know what? I wasn't frustrated by the event. Normally I'm left angry at the event, and I'm not left angry. I'm left a bit miffed at John Cena and The Undertaker, and angry at both men. I'm angry at Jeff Jarrett. I'm angry at Brock Lesnar in the main event. But then, elsewhere, there was pretty good matches on this show. I mean, the women's matches were, in every sense of the word, fantastic.
Yeah.
Just brilliant. And obviously Ronda Rousey and Triple H and Angle and Steph was the other highlight. Really good stuff.
Excellent.
But yeah, what was your overall thoughts on the show?
I'll give it I'll give it a C+, if I was rating.
And that's good, because honestly, if you ever heard of our old ones in recent years, we would give it -F.
I would give it a much higher score if the significant problems, i.e. the Shane McMahon match and the main event and the Undertaker Cena stuff, just didn't happen. It's like WrestleMania 20, like, it's got some incredible stuff on it, but then two of the main matches are
don't
rotten.
Resonate.
They are rotten to the core, and it really brings the event
down.
What
match is that?
Well, Lesnar Goldberg and Kane the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Absolute shite. Especially Kane the Undertaker.
You are not real.
Because I killed you. Kane versus the Undertaker, WrestleMania 20 is an absolute sham.
Because your main problem is the attire.
Yeah, and then the velocity of the squash. It's a complete squash. Yeah. Weird vindictive, like your best mate and you're still fucking him over. So that's my opinion. Like, it could have been a lot better with a few changes. The women's matches were great. A lot of the wrestlers did well, but there's still too many mistakes being made.
Too much neglection of psychology.
Yeah. But I still enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah. So thanks for watching the first episode of The Undercard. And we don't know what we're doing next. We're probably going to we'll do Backlash for sure.
Yeah. We'll do the pay-per-views at least. Yeah,
we'll do Backlash for sure. But we're also going to do sort of discussion podcasts on specific topics in wrestling.
Yeah, we're going more in depth. So today, like, we would go longer, but we just watched 9 hours of WrestleMania with the pre-show. So.
Yeah, and it's too long. There's nothing to throw at the event. Even though I liked watching the pre-show, it's too long, the event over. But yeah, and those tag matches could be cut. Dear God. But yeah, we're also going to do podcasts on old events from the past.
Yeah.
So we're just going to discuss lots of different things. It'll probably become more clear as this goes along. We're kind of just going to be figuring out for ourselves in the early going. That was our thoughts on WrestleMania 34. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this. We have many more planned.
And even if you didn't, subscribe.
Yeah. Even if you didn't enjoy it, just
subscribe anyway,
because you might enjoy it in the future.
Go and refresh the page and listen again, and give it another thumbs up.
Yeah, and if you want to not subscribe, just subscribe anyway, because
and then leave the account and create a new YouTube account, and that can be your new one, which is untainted. But you have to subscribe.
So thanks for watching, everyone. That was Jim and James with Under the Card, and we will see you next time.